about drive me crazy. I just can't even believe it. You know what? This isn't bad enough, Bob. Have you heard what they're saying now? That DHS is releasing illegal alien convicted criminals from detention centers down the border because there's going to be monies cut in the sequestration. Have you heard this?
Well, I've heard it, but I can't believe it because they haven't even had the money cut yet, and they're already doing this kind of stuff.
You know, I'm going to tell you what I think it is, Bob. I think this is Miss Napolitano telling the country, hey, you cut my budget, this is what I'm going to do to you. I will turn loose criminals into your neighborhoods. I will turn loose criminals around your families if you try to take 1 ounce of my power. That's what I think it is.
You know, Bob, I just don't understand, why are they turning them loose? Let's stop and take a look at this realistically. If they're already in jail, they've already been convicted, that means that their rights under the protection from DHS is done. The Border Patrol has the right to evict them at that point because they're convicted criminals, automatic deportation.
True.
Put them on the bus, throw them across the border.
Well, and this is the other thing, Bob. I'm wondering, and you've got a long history as a law enforcement officer, and I'm sure you've had to deal with matters at least similar to this. How do you release somebody who has been adjudicated, has been convicted of a crime, has been sentenced to a term? How do you just administratively release them without a court order, without due process? How does that happen? This is just one more example of the Obama administration's utter contempt for the laws of this country, for the Constitution of this country, for the traditions of this country, and for the safety of this country.
Well, Bob, the only time I've seen it happen, and even that was, you know, to me was totally ridiculous, was the federal government come in and under the overcrowding. But even then, you went through and you weeded out. You know, and it's entirely different. I understand this.
Bob, that required a court order from a
Right.
federal court. Where's the court order that authorized DHS to release these people?
Well, it's the same court order that says the president can send drones over our house and shoot us with drones.
Or send guns to Mexican drug lords.
Yeah, you know, that wasn't in a court order. They didn't even know who did that. You know, that's
But
amazing.
and again, we have to go back to that same old question. Where are our elected representatives? Why are you and I sitting here asking these questions, but they're not asking these questions? You know, where is the authority that allows DHS to release these people if they have been adjudicated and sentenced to a term? Where is their authority to do that? And why isn't our elected officials asking that question?
Well, Bob, I think the problem is the elected officials are more worried about staying elected officials than they are preserving the sanctity and the safety of our country.
Well, you know, I mean, we all have our prejudices about their motivations, but I think clearly, the people who run DHS are using this as a political tool. They're using it as a tool to threaten the American people. That's what this is. This is DHS saying, you cut my budget and I will turn criminals loose amongst your children. I will put criminals back on the street who will do you and your society and your state and your town harm. That's what this is. This is blackmail coming right straight from the office of Janet Napolitano.
Well, to me, it just seems like that's a standard modus operandi of this whole administration.
You know, you may very well be true. But then again, it is the Chicago way.
Yes, it is.